Hello, hello, hello. I'm back again. Your main, the real Bill Real. As you can see, the title of this video is Government Shuts Down and the Bucs Continue to Sink. Yes, my Bucs are sinking. I guess that's what they get for being pirates. You know. Where do I start? The government has shut down. Nobody wants Obamacare. It may get tough for a little bit, but I don't think it's going to last too much longer. They'll be back with some new bells and whistles and secrets that they don't tell you. So don't buy into the distraction too much. They want you to get stupid so they can get their soldiers out and shoot you. Talking about the Russian soldiers. I've already talked about all this stuff before, but it's just the same old bullcrap that's going on. On to a lighter subject, because as you guys see, I like to talk about some lighter things every now and again. And of course, I love talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are two players less today. They got rid of Ahmad Black, and they got rid of Kevin Ogletree. So I'm watching the game the other day, and the rookie's looking okay. You know, he's throwing a bunch of short stuff, a bunch of backyard ball. And the thing that I could not seem to ignore was the fact that this game looked very familiar to me, and to all of the people who are familiar with the Tony Dungy days, you will know what I'm about to talk about. I'm talking about 2 yards in a cloud of dust. Well, on this particular day, we weren't even getting a cloud of dust. Yes, Dougie was getting hit in the backfield. Dougie was getting hit for losses. Dougie was just getting back to the line of scrimmage. Dougie was getting out for a yard or two. That O-line needs steroids. Or they need somebody. They need somebody hungry, off the practice squad, a guy who has a chip on his shoulder. That they need something. Those guys aren't getting it done. Nix, Davin Joseph, Donald Penn, I don't know. They're good when they're good, but right about now, they're not looking so good. They're looking a little long in the tooth. When you have a dynamic talent like Doug Martin, who should have had at least 100 yards against the Cards. You know, considering, yes, they are the third-ranked rush defense, and they're probably going to be the second or third again coming into this new year. This new week. Josh Freeman is being disingenuous. He's doing everything possible. He and his agent, and I don't blame him. He's doing damage control by saying that he took the wrong medication. He took some Ritalin by accident, and he voluntarily entered into the program, and he's never tested positive out of 46 tests. All right. The young man and his agent do not want anybody to know that he has a very serious cocaine problem. That's what was behind the missing his own football camp with car problems. Come on, there are no car problems. You're the quarterback of the Bucs. You can call up any cab, any limo, wherever you are. You're there. You're wherever you want to be in the city within 35, 40 minutes. Anybody knows that. That's what's behind getting benched. That's what's behind, before getting benched, having his captaincy taken. Nobody on the team wanted to vote him as the captain because they saw him pissing. They saw him a part of the program. So the team has been known, as I've known, as I told you guys before, that he had a problem with cocaine. So he's doing his best now to say that the Buccaneers have violated his privacy and different things of that nature, when in actuality he has been destroying himself and was part of the problem of why they have been so inept. And I'm beginning to think that he may have not been the whole problem, especially after reviewing the last four games with Mike Williams and Vincent Jackson being the number one and the number two receivers. I'm beginning to develop an opinion that those guys are not that good. I may be on an island when I say that, but I'm beginning to see that. Good receivers, they take over. Good receivers, I would even say, shine in spots. Okay? They get open for big pass plays. Not that it is not possible with these two, because especially dealing with this line, which is playing poorly. I don't know if you can expect to see any explosive plays. I don't think Mike Williams is fast enough. We've seen on several occasions where Vincent Jackson has lost a step or two. He's been hawked down by linebackers, several times. So I'm beginning to think that if we had some young, hungry wide receivers to come in, and, obviously the good news is Jeff Demps is probably going to catch passes now. He's going to be in the slot. I believe he's going to be that deadly weapon that comes over the middle. I think we're not going to even play up tight ends. Like, we're going to play, hey, put Jeff Demps here in the slot, and there you go. I'm a bit surprised that they let Ahmad Black go, unless it was something where he had a poor attitude. I think as a fan, just watching the Buccaneers play, the Buccaneers are being cheated out of wins. I've told you this beginning at the first game of the year, and I saw it once again. And there are other plays, face masks, calls, holding calls that are not being called, roughing calls that were not called in the game just a few days ago against the Cardinals. The one that I'd like to talk about just for a second is the hit that Deshaun Golson made on the wide receiver. He was, the Tampa Bay Bucs were flagged for 15 yards, which set up the next play, a pass to Larry Fitzgerald in the end zone, which tied the game at 10-10. We will never know if the Bucs would have been able to hold them to just a field goal at 10-6, because the referees said that Deshaun Golson had to give the receiver the opportunity to come down and make a football move. Now, when the Buccaneer receivers catch the ball on the sideline, hey, There's no push out rule. You didn't come down with it's tough. The guy pushed you out. We've seen it tons of times. But they want to say that Deshaun Golson has to make sure that that guy can come down first. Now, just earlier, I was checking out Twitter and a few other sources, and they were talking about how they have not they have decided not to suspend Deshaun Golson over this, but it is not certain or if they would fine him for it. This is criminal, people. What's going on in the NFL? I implore you to check out the article that is on ESPN, where Terrell Suggs of the Baltimore Ravens talks about how he feels that Roger Goodell had a hand in the lights going out during the Super Bowl because the Ravens had a lead of 28-6 at this time at the beginning of the third quarter, and after that 34-minute break, the San Francisco 49ers went on to score 17 unanswered points. And the Ravens had to make a stop at the end of the game to end up winning the game. So here's a current player, who is saying that he does not trust Roger Goodell. He thinks that Roger Goodell has something to do with it. And in his article, he talks about how Roger Goodell was very chummy with John Elway when they were playing the Broncos during one occasion, and he felt that it was inappropriate and very unprofessional. And there are many calls, non-calls, things that are not called, and calls that happen during the course of a game that change the momentum. They obviously reward one side or the other. And just in these 4 games that I've seen the Buccaneers play, the officials have had their hands all over it. And anyone who has seen these games for a second time without the adrenaline pumping, in your veins, with you knowing the outcome, you will then be able to key in on them that much easier. Because when you're rooting for your team, any little thing, you're not really paying attention. You're paying attention to the bottom line, which is, did my team win or not? Okay? But when you go back and you begin to take a look at the calls that were called, when they were called, what they led to, how the course of the game, how the field position changed as a result of what they called or what they did not call, you'd have to be a fool to think that the NFL does not have a vendetta against the Bucs. You'd be a fool. There is a clear conspiracy to sink the team. Now, Josh has done it to himself, okay? Josh has been partying way too much. But overall, I feel that the Bucs would be no less than 3-1 had it not been for shoddy officiating. Officiating that has been biased, that has cheated the Bucs. People will hear what I'm saying and say, oh, what about this and what about that? Oh, well, yeah, take a look at the carries and look how many times you ran. But overall, even an offensive line who was getting their behinds handed to them, they still played good enough to only surrender 2 field goals all game long. I don't even give you credit for the one where Deshaun Golson comes up, makes the hit on the guy. Next play, you score a touchdown. Okay. I don't even give you credit for it. Even though the NFL gave you credit for it, and the Bucs are still 0-4. This is just my opportunity to ramble about the Buccaneers, and I just wanted to say what I said. So if anybody has any comments about the videos, please feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. All right, I'll talk to you later. Peace.